And we are back! Look at that! It's all of us, except for one of us. Don't worry, there's a token. I put it there.
Actually,
she stealth checked that
yeah,
well.
yeah. She's here. You just can't see her. Get better perception, like me. I can see her. Can you?
Yeah. So, it has been quite some time since we have last met. Actually, no, it was 2 weeks ago, the normal amount of time, right? It always feels like 2 weeks is forever.
Have you been checking out Commander Subclass?
Maybe it's because I stream every time I get paid. So, like, I'm like, waiting for the paycheck, waiting for the paycheck, waiting for the stream, waiting for the stream. So I'm like, it feels longer because I'm waiting for two things, so it's like exponentially, you know, time multiplies.
By the way, he means that absolutely through his actual job. We do not get paid here in Magic the Dungeoning.
I would love to. I would love to.
Please
Nice, subscribe.
Of course he's not being paid. He's not writing well enough. Write our lines better, writer. God.
We only have, in all fairness, we only had one scripted moment in the entire show.
Yes.
That is true.
So. Yeah.
Everything else has been...
There's only been one scripted. Calden's first death was scripted on Toxic.
It was a cutscene death. That's why his plot armor disappeared.
it's Calden, you're invincible. And off.
And he's just like, wait, what are the black bars? Is this a cutscene? That guy has a sword. Whoa. It's like, you know...
He said, ow, that actually hurt.
It's like in an anime when the animation budget goes up a little bit, but not enough. So you're like, whoa. Why is it raining all of a sudden?
Funny enough, that time stopped dimension was actually a loading cutscene for the other 4 members of the party.
They got King Crimsoned. It's like they're in like the they're like loading into the what's the thing Animus that Abstergo makes, and you know that like in Assassin's Creed 2 they have like the play area where you're just like in the void.
And we could talk about Assassin's Creed because it's becoming a goddamn magic shit.
Yes. I would love to have a session. I would love to have a stream or whatever where we talk about the next 4 quarters of Magic the Gathering and how infuriated I am at several of these products for completely illegitimate reasons.
So yeah, we will be setting up a dungeon delving where we're going to dive deeper into 2024's release schedule, especially because the really interesting thing, there is no quarter 4.
Oh, so far.
According to what was talked about at Gen Con, there is no quarter 4 releases.
For this quarter?
No, this quarter we still have Eldraine, Commander Who, and Ixalan.
Right,
next
and then
year,
the Lord of the Rings stuff.
Next year, we have, according to what we've seen for timelines, no quarter 4 at all.
They could be lying. They could be lying and trying to pull it
faster. They could. And I've done the numbers with Commander Who, Eldraine, and Ixalan. That will be 17 product releases this year. And if next year there is no quarter 4, and what they've shown us is everything they've shown us, 8. Just 8.
I love that. I mean...
Hey, maybe they actually took the feedback from the fans finally saying, slow the fuck down.
Yeah, listen, I would buy more of your products if I could afford more of your products. But
honestly, I would... Sorry, go ahead.
But like... Just like alone, Will this year, after Lord of the Rings came out, he was like, dang, if they drop, like, Assassin's Creed this year, I'm done. I can't, you just can't afford it.
The problem was, like, I knew Assassin's Creed was coming, and I'm like, when? The problem is when. And so
My
July
boy isn't
2024.
financially recovered.
So July 2024 is when that comes out. So that should be interesting and fascinating and awesome.
I mean, I'm still sitting here waiting for my Universes Beyond Power Rangers, but...
We also need Jurassic World.
Yeah,
we're getting awesome. Universes Beyond Jurassic World.
And that's where all Danny's money is going.
You don't know how much I worship Jurassic Park. If I could, I would. And actually, I would not like to be in those 4 movies. Thank you, but oh my god, I fucking love Jurassic Park.
I was going to say something. I'm going to hold it for off stream because I might light a fire on some other people's asses.
All right.
Please tell me you've never seen a Jurassic Park movie.
Oh, I have not.
How?
I have not.
How have you missed them?
Star Wars. You've never seen a Star Wars movie?
Never watched Lord of the Rings. Never watched Star Wars. Never watched Jurassic Park.
Hey,
Trek.
Completely unrelated. Ryan, you should come over soon. I think hanging out would be so fun.
Nope.
We'll do totally non-dinosaur related activities.
We're gonna play Magic the Gathering, and then while he's not paying attention, I'm just gonna put Lord of the Rings on in the back. on 3 different TVs, there's gonna be Star Wars on one, Lord of the Rings on the other, and then Jurassic Park on the third.
Better idea.
That's a fucking trip.
We just
gotta
remember,
I am a bookworm. I read and retain information better than watching the movies.
All right, then can we buy you the Jurassic World novelization?
No, because I just don't care for it.
How about, have you read Lord of the Rings or any of J.R.R. Tolkien's work?
No, because I never got around the time to doing that.
Anyway,
I was more of a Harry Potter person.
Anyway, to stave off the curse of Shannon's not here, therefore the stream is scuffed, we should probably get into a recap.
I will make this scuffed as you want.
Me?
I will be that scuff king.
Oh yeah, King of Scuff. Recap.
No, I'm the King of Scruff.
No, I want the King of Scuff to recap. I'd love to see it.
Someone punch him really hard.
No. You asked me to recount? No, I'm good.
I'm the note taker.
Fine, note taker. Go ahead.
All right, so Calden, Merrick, Farrah, Saran, and Malgan all went to go ahead to participate with Clive in the death race against Barnes. There was only 2 cars. Barnes's car was massive, and we won on a technicality. I say technicality because the word death is in the title of Death Race, but boy, am I not proud of it. We beat the shit out of Barnes instead of driving any cars at all. There was no driving. Yeah, Merrick got his wish. As soon as they punched Seren, I was like, nope, get out of this car. I'm beating everybody's ass. Because nobody hurts my friends. If they would have hit Malgan or Merrick or Farrah, I would have gotten out of the car and beaten the shit out of them. Clive, I might have let go. So the death race was won on a technicality, but basically, after a shrinking of their car, everybody being forced to get out and them rolling way higher than some of the party. They rolled higher than me.
I actually blame you for the whole situation because I didn't realize you rolled so fucking low on initiative. I thought you were like pretty high up there like you usually are. So I was like, oh, cool. We'll shrink this clown car and then we'll be off. And then I look over afterwards and I realized you rolled like a 7. And I was like, oh my god.
Calden, no go fast. Calden go strong. No go fast. Yeah, y'all did actually see Calden's new power. His paradoxical nature has come full circle that Calden's now a badass.
Burned by it.
Right. So that all happened, and then we had a mysterious newcomer show up to the race, and it turned out was Xarcian in only his Dr. Hyde personality. So the group has confronted him, and now a story is being told. Turns out he actually has one of the artifacts of Ozen, and the session ended with us finding out a couple things. One, that Xarcian is actually from Tolvada, and his split personality was made of a desire to want to be able to survive. I believe if that was the correct wording.
The split personality wants to survive. He did allude that Xarcian's intentions are entirely revenge-based.
Okay, so there's that. And then he grabbed the staff, which is actually one of the artifacts that we didn't know about, which is crazy. It also is revealed that Larry Ace, Farrah's previous boss, the one who killed her, is most likely the person who's in possession of the spine, the final part that the group, part that the party didn't know about, but the players, at least now they know where the third part is, fourth part. Because they don't know where the other parts are or what the other parts are. And now, after Xarcian has taken the staff, he offered us a chance to talk to the man himself. We are about to talk to the pre-mending a visage of the pre-mending planeswalker Ozen, a gentleman we know has the ability to steal sparks.
Let's get into it. So, as last session ended, Xarcian, embodying an aspect, takes on this appearance while wielding the staff. You can notice that the eyes and these glowing tattoos have emanated onto his face, shifting his previous tattoo from his eyeball all the way up to his forehead and cheekbones. His posture changes, much more upright and still. Any emotion you were reading from his appearance seems to have melted away and given way to this aura. The face is the same, but is the person behind the eyes. He opens, looking towards the moon elf Seren and saying, Star Child.
Marisota, we meet at last.
Avec Ja Zatorentu, he says to you.
What language did he just speak?
It's an unfamiliar tongue to you. But Seren, you're able to identify it quite clearly.
I did not create the phonics for this language. I love how this is going, but I am going to answer back.
You can feel free to answer back in English.
I cannot speak. But she will reply back in the same tongue. All much has been lost, but we still hold on to many things. We have not forgotten our home language. We have not forgotten yours. Where did he... No. Better yet, who are you? Really, what aspect of the whole moon do you represent?
He steps forward, completely ignoring Malgan and Merrick as he reaches out a hand towards you, Seren.
As he reaches towards Seren, I get into a very defensive posture, ready to attack.
He seems to pay you no mind.
I touch my hand to his... I touch my hand to him. To Merrick, and I kind of give a little bit of a nod, and I straighten my back. She kind of resumes a very familiar kind of length and aloofness of around when you first met her, as she holds herself upright and she walks towards him and reaches out her hand.
As he reaches towards your hand to grasp it tight, he says, Saravat Arat Morat. And then when he grips your hand, your upper right shoulder begins to burn and ache as these markings that reflect your starry form seem to emanate over your body, spreading like a fire over your skin.
She holds on tightly.
As you close your eyes shut, you were shown visions of the moon, of darkness, of the sky. You recognize it. This is the same description that your mother gave you on the day of your birth. That void, that foretelling. And then the visions fade. And when you open them, somehow against your will, you were different. Luminous. Awakened. The rest of you see that as the starry form begins to fade, what remains are these glowing blue marks covering Seren's body, like tattoos or sigil markings that usually only flare up when she activates her ability. But now they seem constant in her base form, as if something has finally been awakened.
Well, there goes any plans of stealth. I look at the Ozen, and I go, also pull that shit again where you burn her, and I swear to God.
I
just look at Seren.
You think you catch a hint of joy, almost, emanating up from above this placid facade.
How? You have to take these back. I haven't earned these yet. I shouldn't have these.
What are they?
Zazek Morat. Zazek Morat.
The common tongue, please.
Give me a persuasion roll, Calden.
Hey, I'm actually okay at this. Here comes the failure.
Woo. Crit fail.
12?
It was almost if he didn't hear you.
He's unlocked my blood, Colvin. I can now complete the rite. You want me to continue your work? You want me to preserve the shield?
Calden is desperately asking every single echo inside of him if any of them been to Amiris and know what the fuck this guy's saying. Just like, does anybody inside of me know what's going on?
Amirius. Sol Contanste. How long have you been gone?
It's been a while. Shamefully, I've been gone for almost 30 years. Maybe 35. Everything feels strange out here.
As you say 35 years, something changes in his posture, as if there's this underlying hostility, like a cat furrowing its tail in attack. This doesn't seem directed at you, but directed outward. It's subtle, but you can tell something has angered him.
You never answered my question, Marasalta. If you could announce to...
Calm down.
If you could announce to myself and my companions, what fracture are you?
He seems to sigh, finally addressing those around you. He turns to examine them each, pausing briefly on Merrick and Sypha. Much of what is known has been hidden from me, for I am merely an aspect of the being you revere. Most of what I am, most of what I know, lies with him, if he is truly still with us.
Are you unaware of what you are?
his
That-
fervor.
That tracks.
What did I miss?
He laid me down as he began the end.
We found out that the staff is equivalent to his violent part.
Oh,
You left your aspect of violence behind.
The fact that you are before me means that I succeeded without it. But you must return.
I can't. The barrier's still up. It keeps us out.
You are the Moret Age. I do not control the shield. You do.
She looks down at her hands, at the markings that cover her body.
I fear that the worst has come to pass. In your absence, if my spell worked as it should, from your perspective it has been 30 years. For the beings on Amirius, it has been 300.
Well then.
how the hell is that possible?
Coming from a man who can control time.
I can't control shit. I'm made of time. There's a difference.
He looks to you. He seems to examine you, eyes gazing deep. Ah,
No chance.
Gonna call me the fucking paradox.
Toxian.
Oh, okay.
Similar to your plane, I crafted my own. I controlled the way it flowed through the multiverse to keep it hidden, restrained from all else existence. I crafted it out of flux with the rest of existence. A civilization could flourish in decades. An empire, a kingdom, a home in centuries. Time enough has already been wasted, Starchild. You must return as soon as you are able. If he has escaped, I worry for your people.
Why do you assume that he's... Do you sense that there is something wrong?
In this shell, I have lost much of my ability. I cannot gaze across the cosmos as I once did. That is for you to find out. And as he starts saying this, you can see that Xarcian's body seems to be, it's almost like burning. The markings seem to be growing in size as like his body begins to like start to burn away.
Morisalta.
I cannot finish what you must. And it seems that he's starting to emanate physical pain.
Oh, Ozin. She's going to reach out her hands to him, and if she can, take both of his hands in hers. And she's going to hold on to him tightly, as if she's trying to absorb some of that burning he's taking on.
I'd like Malgan, Merrick, Seren, and Kefkin to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, shit.
Wait, can you repeat the people who have to make that saving throw?
Kefkin, Sypha, Seren, Merrick, Malgan.
Why Malgan? Why Malgan?
Malgan, why?
Why Malgan?
I don't know.
Malgan, your ex talks!
Tell me Ozen used a staff and an axe.
Well, that would be so
It's got
fucking
nothing to do
badass.
with my axe.
I'm trying to open up my character sheet, but it's not moving.
What, Jasper,
What
you
is
said,
this
you
a
said,
save for?
you said wisdom saving throw?
Can I give them advantage on this with Watcher's Will?
By the time it happens, you wouldn't be able to get close enough.
Fair.
I am curious if it's a charm.
Yeah,
So
do
that
I
I
get
know whether I should
advantage?
roll- Yeah.
That's a 10 for me.
Are they within 10 feet of me?
You are about 15 feet away.
Oh,
So I'm just gonna roll normally and roll a second time if I have to. And you say that it is a charm.
It is.
please
not.
say it's a charm.
Okay, it's not a charm. That's unfortunate.
I'm not surprised with Seren.
Nope.
I rolled 11 and my
I love that I
stomach
get to
dropped. And then I was so scared because I saw the 11 and my stomach dropped, but then I remembered I'm fucking Seren. And I'm wise as fuck.
So I will say this: do I think I didn't have to take one due to distance, or do I feel like this affected very particular people?
As Seren makes contact with Xarcian, there's this pulse of
Excuse me.
darkness.
Okay, I was outside the radius.
Did Merrick make a roll? Okay.
I got a 10.
Let's see. You two. Oh wait, no, that's not gonna work on Cypher. So, Malgin, Merrick.
Yep.
As this pulse of darkness seems to emanates over you, it's as if for just a moment your connection to your respective ley lines is severed, as if mana is pushed out of your body before being shunted back in. You both
Wait,
gain
is it
one
because
level
you
of
have blue
exhaustion.
mana? Is it because they have blue mana?
No, I have blue mana.
Black mana?
I also have black. I'm all 5 colors.
But you all have mana of some type.
I think it's definitely range.
Yeah.
curious
I
where
think it
you're
was a
not-
range thing. I was right behind. I was right next to Seren, ready to prone to attack.
I will say, so Jasper, if you don't mind me asking, did this blast come near me but then stopped completely, or did this also pass over me?
It's kind of like a smoke grenade that seems to cover an area before dispersing.
I think
Okay,
you're
I
just
was
out of the
outside.
AoE. Yeah,
Okay.
you're out of the AoE, I think. Lucky you don't
I
get
was
your
sitting
mana
in a
sucked out.
chair.
You were in the. Yeah, I was on the bench.
Yeah, because I was sitting over on the bench.
I was over on the bench.
Well,
there
why
nothing-
didn't you save your friends from getting their mana taken out? I was sitting on the bench.
And on top of that, I have 22 HP and no fucks to give.
When the smoke clears, you see.
Calden would absolutely have ran in though.
Oh, watch it. When
Xarcian-
the smoke clears, I get my bearings. I was ready to I was literally about to pounce.
You see Xarcian, no staff, no tattoos, laying on the ground unconscious.
Well, now I'm
Because
over.
Merrick was still in wolf form.
He seems wherever those tattoos were laying on his body seems to have been burned, almost like by magical necrosis.
Is everyone okay?
Just
Yeah.
a bit tired.
Cypher calls
I'll
out,
be okay.
Been better.
"Never better."
Dan, I'm going to put my bare hand where some markings are on my palm, and I'm gonna press it up against one of those magical scars that he got.
Oh, I was actually gonna do grim psychometry on this.
I'm going to try to call out to the artifact to myself.
I mean, the artifact is dark. I can.
So much like all of Xarcian's weapons, they seem to have been reabsorbed into his form, wherever he keeps his magical soul scabbard. Hammer space, for those of you who have watched Across the Spider-Verse.
I take him up and walk him over to a bed. After Seren's done feeling up on Xarcian, that's not the correct words to use.
That's
But-
definitely not the correct word you use. Jesus Christ.
After she like holds his hand and seems to like do something, I go, "Am I okay to move him?"
He's still breathing.
I pick him up and I walk him and put him into the bed. And as I'm walking away, I go, "Good night, sweet prince."
Captain follows you. The words, Zare, what happened to you?
Kevin, do you know him?
It's
more than you're letting on.
It's a long story. He's worse than he was when I knew him. Angrier, somehow.
Pretty sure from what we learned, it has to do with that staff.
Maybe. I hope.
I turn towards Seren, and I say to her, "If Ozen is not the thing to be worried about on your plane, what is?" Because my initial thought process was that Ozen was the problem. But from what we just learned, it seems he's not. Is it this? Because you've told us about the sun god, right?
I mentioned it.
Merrick and Seren know about the sun god from history and visions.
Oh, would I have seen that in any of the visions with him, or no?
The visions were entirely moon god focused.
Got it. Okay. So if it's not Mora Sulta, if it's not Ozen, then who is it?
Sypha finally sits up. I might have a gamble. If what I remember is correct, Seren, the story that I think our artifacts told us, he took someone with him when he made your home. They were also a planeswalker, I think.
They were not originally a planeswalker themselves. They were the Arat Sultha, the god of the sun. He was just a newborn when he was taken on by Ozen, the Mora Sulta. Would I know at this point who the mother was?
Not
Or-
directly.
Yeah. There was a
Merrick would. Merrick and Sypha would.
the Mora Sulta, he had from what the legend goes, a dear friend of his who came to pass. His love for this friend was so great that he took on the responsibility and care of her only living son.
And this son is now a sun god.
His friend was a special being of sorts, who I come to understand may have also been another planeswalker of his time.
I look towards Merrick and Sypha.
He took that spark that was given to him and placed it into her only successor and raised him as his own. They
It seems like they've gone rogue.
not over time, legends say that the sun god, he became more. We grew up with hearing of legends and stories of the sun and moon wandering the earth, wandering Amerius altogether, being watchers. They ended up slowly coming into their communities when the sun god wanted companionship. They were always benevolent beings until he wasn't anymore.
So one day he just
Snapped?
lost it.
Something had to
This-
have triggered it.
The sun god started growing hungry. He
Power
was
hungry?
so much stronger than all of us. He wanted a kingdom of his own.
And so he tried to take one, I guess.
He did take one.
Yours, I presume.
There isn't many clans of us now, but in the beginning we were all one people. I feel like I may have spoke of this briefly before when my mind was being ravaged by the clash of time.
Yeah, I think I know you're. Yeah.
He
Subjugated.
Subjugated. Danny can't say that word. He subjugated much of our. And from years of training and being with the moon god, he naturally gained a lot of power and gained too much. And soon he felt like he could do whatever he wants, I suppose.
Rebellious teenagers.
Rebellious teenagers with the powers to destroy worlds.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ozin was a. Sorry, go ahead. Right.
No, Merrick was just saying, he doesn't like the idea of that.
So we have a guy who was a pre-mending planeswalker who took care of who was the mother. I look at Sypha and Merrick since they've seen her in the visions.
Some woman. I think she was from Dominaria a long time ago.
Description?
Blonde. Radiantly beautiful. Kind.
History check?
Yes, go ahead.
Time to hit a nat 20.
I hope you get a
I
nat one.
think they called her.
Oh
Damn.
shit!
Wow.
I will say, Scruff, to help along with that, you do remember Seren saying that she needed to go back to Tulash to talk to that angel.
Skelva.
Skelva, I'm sorry, not Tulash. Skelva.
Tulash is where Jolly
You
is.
say Sypha says radiantly beautiful, and you all just hear Colin go, "Fucking Sarah."
This perks up Kefkin from watching over Xarcian in case of
His mother is Sarah,
But-
one of Urza's 9 titans.
Kefkin stands up and walks over. But that's not possible. There's no record of Sarah ever having a child.
Or a husband, right?
Well, she did have a short
I'm
relationship with a planeswalker by the name of Pharaohs, I think.
Yeah, but they didn't have a child from a pre-mending planeswalker would be well known, right? I'm not crazy.
No,
Unless
not
she was
necessarily.
trying to hide it, maybe to keep it safe.
If he has Sarah's spark, he would be ungodly powerful. He'd probably be stronger than Urza. And that guy leveled and changed the weather of a plane for a decade. Longer.
No wonder your moon god Seren wants to keep him from escaping. He could.
If we are to go to Amerius to try to stop him, none of us stand a chance. I don't even think the 5 of us together do anything to him.
I look over to Merrick and Sypha. You spoke of visions of the past. Do you know anything of? We don't have any legends of their mother. It was lost to time, never spoken of.
She
Almost
was a
forbidden.
Great woman. A savior of people, healer of the sick. Aligned with white ley lines. It's rumored that she seeded the multiverse with angels. This is why they are prevalent on many planes.
It's not a rumor. She was able to, her channeling of white mana was so strong she could create angels from scratch. And if she wants to, she can gift you with the ability to turn you into an angel. She created an entire sanctum where her cities flew into the sky, so they're above all. Her highest chief was radiant.
It's considered that she
By
might
a
be
name.
on par with something like the Ur-Dragon, a progenitor of all dragonkind.
Or progenitus.
The world serpent.
She'd be on par with all 5 of my avatars at the same time.
And if her essence, her spark is in this man, boy.
He was a child when he received it. It was a birthright, I suppose. The realization of them creating my plane was, I looked to Merrick, very recent.
Merrick. Cypher, if there's anything else you remember from that vision, we need to know.
Nothing, really. The child. Merrick?
A name?
Jasper, would I be allowed to do that? Take a check?
Go ahead. Give me an intelligence check with advantage. Since it's now at the front of your mind.
Hey, that is a 16.
His name,
16's good.
you believe, was Sayo.
Okay.
Hey, that sucks. Check our TikTok. Know who that is?
Guess who's known this entire
Made it.
time?
Well, I'm sure you did. You made the fucking plane. Guess who knew that the Phyrexians were on Toxic?
Guess
The
who
hard
doesn't
part
know
is-
shit about their backstory?
This is gonna be the most interesting. Yeah, these two are just like, oh, this is fascinating.
Merrick, like, oh my god, Merrick, like, the day he gets his memories back is the day he goes ballistic.
Calden's gonna be there to stop him.
He's basically if Merrick gets his memories back, like, he is gonna planeswalk the Innistrad so fast to go after that son of a bitch.
So
Well, that's on a bit
realistically,
If it's any
Regardless.
consolation, if this being, Sayo, if we're trying to keep him there, if he was trying to escape, he likely would have already. Right?
do we
Say
even
he
know
never
what would
probably-
have happened, though, if he did use his powers on a plane? We'd have no idea.
That too.
I've been collecting tales from across the multiverse for years. I would have noticed it. I would be able to know that it's a common thread. Much like how you can trace the Eldrazi or the Phyrexians. There's a mark left on the earth itself.
I have one group of people who might know.
I have a couple as well.
If Ozin visited the avatars when he had Sayo,
As far as I understand, it was very much he hid him in secret. I don't know if there was an arrangement. But this became a sanctuary for him to raise his son in. It seemed he tried to raise him well over the years, but
Cypher, like, tilts her head. Well, all fathers can't be great, you know.
I mean, you're a
my
prime
dad's awesome.
example.
I fucking love my dad. That's great. Fucking love my dad.
Joking aside, we're only grasping at straws right now. We need more concrete information.
And
So I say-
realistically,
I say we finish up here as fast as we can. Then we divide and conquer.
I have someone who may be able to help me connect.
I can go to talk to the sheriff and see if they recall anything.
I have a few studies and dossiers and scholars I might be able to consult.
I'll go talk to the avatars.
All right. Well,
But first,
this first.
We have a dad to kill, and then we have a son to kill.
Well,
Kill?
Merrick just looks at Calden like
restrain. We have a kid to restrain and a dad to
Let's hope we just
knock
go
off his
there
throne?
and make sure that he's still where he's supposed to be. Seren, one more thing. If the worst does come to pass, it's evident that the only person powerful enough to oppose Sayo would be Ozin himself. What happens to him, do you know?
Ozin or Saya?
The Morat
Ozin.
Sulta, I think you called him.
When the battle took place between him and his son many moons ago, the Morasulta and him had a great battle where the son seemingly slain his father, and he was gone for many, many years. When he came back, he was different.
I can gather what he might have been doing.
So
At
he-
that point,
Sorry.
they engaged in another battle that was plane ripping. My plane is currently in shreds from the battle and chaos of these two titans clashing. And Ozin, even with everything he's discarded, he, even at that point, was still not able to kill his beloved son. He sealed both him and his son away within the sun and moon of our plane. They are eternally connected, trapped together. If one were to get out, so would the other.
well, I just had a thought. Hey, to our viewers, heads up! I'm about to. If you haven't watched our most recent one shot for Predators for Change, heads up! Spoilers.
The shoe's gonna drop.
I hate that idea. I
You-
really hate that idea that we have to work with the Destined.
Yeah,
the
remember
Titans
how
and the
we,
Destined have to work together.
yeah,
to, like,
remember-
Ozin's apart.
Remember when our
Oh
one shot
man, we have to
characters?
fight Saya.
Yep.
We have to fight Sarah's son. God damn it!
I'm not thinking that. Remember how
Legendary Planeswalker. God.
we encountered Jiraiya and
Paxier.
Paxier. Yeah, we encountered those two, and they were working
have
for
to
someone
collect-
else.
Him, as they stated.
Yeah, him. I think that him is either one of two. It's either Ozin or it's
Saya.
Sayo.
I do want to point out, I think there is a misunderstanding.
I'm all ears.
He trapped him and his son there for an eternity to save our plane, to save us. If either of them are ever released, one is out, the other is out. It is not a mission of trying to kill the sun god.
No, I'm not.
It
I'm
is
not
a
saying
mission
Not
of
kill him,
making.
hopefully.
It is an assurance.
that. I'm not. That's not what I'm alluding to.
It is
I'm
an
alluding-
assurance. There is this group called the Xarcian. They are cultists of the sun god. Those who want to return to his old ways where he enslaved half of our population. He gave them grandeurs and promises of powers that they'd be able to fly to different areas, just like him. They truly believe in that promise that he gave them.
And so they'll risk everything to free the sun god.
Which is why I've been so, I apologize to say, violently desperate to
Get
make
back.
sure that Ozin, or to at the very most, make sure Ozin does not come to be, and that Saya does not come to be.
And that's where I believe my theory is coming into play.
Her theory.
This is out of character knowledge. I can't. I'd be metagaming if I bring
Well,
this in.
no, actually, in character, you know, there's people with other parts. So
True, but Merrick does not know that they have been to Amon Ket.
Not well. They
yeah,
will
because that hasn't
be.
happened. It hasn't happened yet.
Yes, but there are other people that Sypha knows exactly what I'm talking about.
I think the goal. He alludes that something may be amiss. I worry because I've been gone for 300 years.
It still doesn't make any sense. Time around the multiverse doesn't. It flux like that.
If I may, it hypothetically is possible. You see,
Okay, just got talking.
imagine the blind eternities like an ocean. Everything revolves around the center of a body. If you were somehow able to, say, alter the way that something flows in that river more slowly or differently,
Are you referencing what I think you're referencing?
it could all be relative. Much like the envelope during the Shard of 12 Worlds incident. That time
Or
moves differently
Shalfir?
inside and out. Yes.
I called it. Don't you know Teferi?
Yeah, he's one of the people who trained me how to use my time powers.
Don't we have
Probably
his
why
primary
I'm-
card?
That's
What
Jace.
happened?
Oh, it's Chase. Never mind.
That's actually why I have such good control over it now. Or more so, I have it reined in. What you guys saw earlier was me not holding on to it.
Yeah.
If I were to
personal
just
experience.
let
That hurt
my
like hell.
nature, yeah. Merrick, the description I could give for you, because I didn't plan on any party members getting caught in it.
Stained glass.
You felt like your time, like you felt like pieces of you were being pulled away.
That's why he said it hurt like hell.
I worry because it's been, I don't mean to stress it, but 300 years.
And the
every-
rate slows at 10
We're not-
times the speed of the outside
Understand?
multiverse.
We're not downplaying this at all. We don't. But
If the spell fails, then wouldn't they both get released? Would stopping the moon god from casting the spell again?
he may not be strong enough to do it since he's broken himself up so much.
His son may not fall for it again.
That's also
I-
true.
I do need to stress that. What was her name? Sarah?
Sarah. Yes.
Sarah's son, the sun god, was so unimaginably powerful. His raw strength and raw magic outdoes Ozin hundreds of times over. It is only through Ozin's skill and knowledge and his life experiences he was able to do this in the first place. I also worry. It's not just a thing that happens and stays up the entire time. There's a ritual that is done every year on the eclipse.
So
We
you would be-
rejuvenate the shield. It was my mother's and father's job before me. They have been taking on the shield for hundreds of years.
And 300 more.
How long does your race live?
That's a good
Can-
question.
We can live to elves live for live like many 1,000, right? Or 1,000?
Naturally around like 8.
In
Actually, like,
D&D, yes. In Magic,
Yeah.
it depends.
Yeah, which
Think elves on Dominaria only live to be like 125.
yeah,
They don't actually live that long.
yeah, we're like really ancient elves. We live like around like 800-900 years. My
So
worry is that's how long they normally are. Every year we rejuvenate our barrier.
So
We become conduits for the magic of the shield. And every time the magic gets stronger in us.
So, there have been 300 rituals in your absence. 300 chances for this ritual to fail. Is there anyone else besides your mother and father who could have done it?
Next in line was me and
Raban.
Raban. Raban is my betrothed. We've been together since we were children. I miss him terribly. We are the next ones in order to take on people like us, the marked. We can live, depending on how smoothly the rituals go, hundreds of years less. Eventually, the magic completely overtakes them, and they return to their base form of sparks.
There's the info drop.
They turn into spark elementals, and then they go into the sun and moon to protect their bodies, to protect their tombs.
So, I'm gonna say this. Two things.
How close are they to expiring?
Well, so three things, actually. First one would be, we do owe this to Sypha. I think we should try to focus back in on this. We work through Lucia. We help them out here.
Just to make sure, we have no qualms about killing my father, do we?
If killing your father is what's necessary, then sure.
Then let's get
But
it
honestly, your penchant for violence is starting to disturb me.
done. Well, if time is short, I don't think we should dilly-dally. Doesn't Barnes owe us a favor?
So the second thing, well, yeah, we need to find him after this. So the second thing is, Seren's glowing blue, right? She like glows a faint blue now.
Yes.
Okay. If Ozen was willing to give you that mark, then that probably means he needs our help.
I'm going to take.
Sorry.
Sorry, no, you continue.
I look at Seren and I say, I know this is going to sound, but it seems like we're all connected to this guy. It seems like your plane needs us. So I think when we're done here, after we gathered some information, I think it's time we went to Amirius.
Right.
Did I pronounce that correctly?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll get a head start. And Kefkin turns to open a book and read as he drifts back towards this visage of winding threads, and he begins to planeswalk away.
Right now, let's get some rest. We'll find Barnes when we wake up.
All right then.
Wow.
Saran.
Yes.
Merrick, Malgan, Farah.
Yes.
I wanted to be clear. The reasons the avatars brought me back is because they chose me as their champion. But the power I have is because I made a promise to you four that my time is yours. So whatever happens from here, I've got your back. No matter what.
Just don't go getting killed by any sun gods, all right?
I will sacrifice my spark before that happens. God knows it's probably not much of a spark anyway.
Problem is, I can't guarantee it. He takes my heart, I'm gone.
I'm just really glad he didn't call me any fucking nicknames. Call me like the Paradox or the Hourglass. I'd have been pissed.
But he knew where you were from.
That honestly doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, that's the weird part.
Is your plane not millennia old?
His plane's
It's-
artificial.
Yeah, realistically, the thing is, the 5 avatars created it. Documented history, the avatars actually didn't tell me. Documented history says about 600-700 years ago. My plane's not that old. but it's also not that new. People started landing on it about 200 years after it was created.
Which means there's about a 700-year window where
Nothing was documented. All right then.
No,
Again,
there's
yes.
no. So realistically, there's 200 years where nothing's documented.
So there's a 200-year window where, I guess, the Ozen.
Anything could have happened. Yeah.
But the
That's-
problem is, my great grandmother isn't from Toxic. I am, because by the time she got here and fell in love with somebody from Toxic, or who came to Toxic as well, I was
And
eventually born
first
on
up, toxic, born and raised.
it. Yeah, right.
Regardless.
Look, it's a long story. We can get into my history later, or my histories later.
For now.
And I was like, if I have pre-mending power in there, somebody fucking give it to me. Calden
For
just
now.
like sits back.
Merrick looks at Connor like, you need it more than me.
You all rest up, Sypha says as she, like, rubs her temples. I'm gonna go get a drink. And she begins to leave.
Please be gentle with that person. Use protection.
That's called taking 3 shots. Really puts up the barriers.
It's Daddy Calden has kicked in.
Daddy
Please be
called out,
safe.
like, don't increase or decrease the population.
I don't know about you two. I don't know what the hell he did with that smoke bomb move. I ain't going to sit down.
Are you all right? You all look withered.
To
I-
reiterate, it felt like your innate connection as a planeswalker to the ley lines latent in the earth was severed for a moment. As if he suppressed or disconnected you from the world around you.
He disconnected your spark for a few seconds. He turned it off and turned it back on again.
Just pause your heart for a second there.
Cool. Let's pray that never happens to Calden. I imagine. just
He breaks
all-
into a billion
Spark is
baby
just a
go-
nuke waiting
just,
to go
like-
off. It's held together with scotch tape.
He just, takes
Merrick-
out the one
Merrick-
Jenga piece that holds Calden's together.
Merrick 100% owes in a solid punch in the face.
How would everyone
Uh,
like to spend their long rest?
Sleeping.
I'm
Co-
gonna get rest. But I'm keeping an eye on Xarcian.
I summon an echo to watch Xarcian.
It's just with a cowbell. It's just like
I love that Roll20 added the long rest button to the character.
Oh, yeah.
It's so clean.
Did you
So
know
much
that
easier.
you can enable the exhaustion section?
Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
I would like to sit next to. I'm so sorry, you guys. I would like to sit next to him and wait for him to wake up throughout the night.
I'm
Make
not-
sure you meditate.
I'm not hovering over him. I am gonna be away from him, but I still just don't trust him.
Calden is sleeping right here, feet up on the table, leaning back in the chair. Calden's wake up alarm is him falling out of the seat.
Sven is gonna sit on the bed next to Xarcian and wait for him to wake up because they need to have a talk.
I'm gonna go dive bomb into this bed.
Collapse.
Normally I'd stay up and do a couple things, but I'm
He
exhausted.
he's passed out. He didn't even get his beard bonnet on. That's how exhausted he is.
Just
His beard's gonna be so tangly in the morning.
I've just been, like,
You walk
extra-
over. Oh, a bed. Face plant. Clive sleeps in the car.
Don't worry,
Is
I left
Clive under
enough
the
room
car?
for someone to
Clive's
climb up
just
with me.
cooking.
Okay.
I read the rules for how repairs work, and let's just say a giant Hulk-sized boot to the side of your car that was already held together with rubber bands
No,
and duct tape.
no, it's a Calden-sized hole in the car.
I keep forgetting the fact you got kicked through a car.
I got legitimately kicked through a car. And Calden lived. He wasn't happy about it, but he lived.
You did.
It's okay. Your broken bones will heal overnight.
I'm about to say, actually, I got thrown into a car and then kicked through it. So I got thrown into it and survived that. Got up and went, no, now I wasn't angry before, but I'm definitely angry now.
Clive is like, okay, that'll buff out, and then you get kicked, and he's like, that won't buff out.
All right, minor damages, concise toll. All right, major damages.
He's like, and now we have to trade insurance information.
Oh, I got a suction cup. Fuck.
It's like, it's just paint Trent's. Are you fucking kidding me?
It's like, you son of a bitch.
Roll20 is pissing me off because I'm trying to see if I have a certain spell available.
Oh. Which one?
Do I have any divinations left? I believe I get a free one, and then I get it to actually use one.
Oh, I didn't use any of my ceaseless abilities last battle. I should have.
I used Warden once
Yeah, you
to
did
protect Seren, I believe. Oh yeah, I think Seren got crit, and I was like, nope, Warden.
I love you.
If there's one thing I do, it's I take back shots for people. Wait, what?
You want to rephrase that?
No,
No.
I'm leaving that.
Let him cook. Let him cook.
He did it intentionally.
Backshot.
He's trying to say something.
Calden likes back shots. I think that's fine.
He likes getting shot up the back.
Aha! I would like to do a divination, please. While I wait for
Okay.
this guy to wake up next to me.
Okay. What are you asking?
I would like to look into the great beyond, and I would like to know what dangers this next enemy of ours beholds for us.
So Fell, I believe. Oh yeah, because it's Felisa or some shit.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Bye, Felicia.
What do you mean? We still got to wrap up with.
Barnes is going to lead us to Felicia, I would assume.
Well, his words were he's going to lead you to Kelvos. Get you a meeting with him in private.
We need to take out Fells first.
Ideally. That's what you want to do, but Barnes doesn't know that.
Fuck. So we don't find Barnes. We go find Felisa first. And then we find Barnes.
So when you say next foe, you mean Fel, correct, Felicia?
Mm-hmm.
So
I'd like to fell.
what I will say,
I will fell in front of Fel.
Relation to facing Felicia, the master of facade, is diamonds are a girl's best friend.
She's going to be made of fucking diamonds. She's going to be a sculpture.
We'll see. But as you resolve this spell and the glow from your divination fades, you then notice that a certain someone is starting to stir.
I'm going to put my hand on his shoulder and wait for him to wake up. I'm just going to stare at him with my big elf eyes.
So, you know everything now, don't you?
Almost everything.
Then you know what I have to try.
I wish to ask you for a selfish question.
Ask away. Still too tired to planeswalk.
Good.
Good.
Xarcian,
Give me an insight check.
is he lying to me? Do you guys hear the music from Roll20? Mine's been fucking up, and I'm not sure if it's me or if it's Roll20.
Every time you refresh, it stops the music.
I haven't heard it at all this game.
I'm not really hearing the music anyway, so.
Yeah, I don't hear any sound. What the hell? Rolled a 15.
look him over, and everything about him, the way he's laying just flat down on the ground, and it seems a bit pathetic. It implies that, yes, he seems too exhausted. You can tell he wants to do something, but the way his fists are clenched and straining imply that, or betray that he seems, at least for the time being, trapped.
Xarcian.
Yeah.
I need you to give me the staff.
I can't do that.
You can't, or you won't.
Doesn't matter.
It does. For you, this is a mode of vengeance, which I do understand.
If you understand it, then let me keep it.
Xarcian, that is one of the keys for the lock of monsters on my home. It is
This
our artifact.
gets his attention.
It is not a power source. It unlocks a monster that will ravage my plane once again.
Tell me about this monster.
An ancient planeswalker, son of Sarah. You thought that Theros had gods. They don't even know what a god is.
Well, lucky for you, I don't know where Amirius is. The staff didn't want to tell me. Yet. So I don't think I'll be going there anytime soon. But I need his power.
Xarcian, I cannot even begin to express my sorrow for having to tell you this, but I cannot allow you to use my people's artifacts for your gain.
Saren, tell me. How long have you been in this planeswalking game? Were you thrust from your home in a panic? What was your event like?
What did I miss?
I understand your implications.
A planeswalker ruined my plane. Got my family killed. And so I think to myself, if an outsider is going to ruin Tolvada, it will take an outsider to fix Tolvada. I swore an oath that one day I'd return and get back at those guilty. Just between you and me, the only reason I was on Theros is because I knew they would gift me with something.
That is your mission to bear. I'm sorry of your loss, and I'm sorry of your pain. I cannot even begin to imagine an event as such.
I'll tell you what. After I'm done slaying those responsible, I'll hand it right back.
There's also another thing. A reason why I will not let you leave with it. She touches the scars on his body.
Okay, he does not react fast enough to dodge it.
You quite literally are not made to handle this power.
Not yet. It still is a baby. Like all the others. Like the dragon.
Xarcian.
I'm sorry, did I hear the word dragon?
Yeah, definitely we just heard the word like the dragon.
I don't think
Could you repeat that?
I don't think you are hearing me anymore, Xarcian.
No. I'm sorry it had to end this way. But I have my duty, and I'm sorry it conflicts with yours. He then planeswalks away.
Well, we all wake up to that.
You hear the sound of the whoosh of the planeswalk.
I sit there and I clutch the sheets of the bed that he was just in, and I clench my teeth and kind of look up to where he disappeared as I hold on to the whip that's still in my pack. I'll find him.
Happen. Oh, Xarcian's going. Okay.
He decided to go home.
And go through with his revenge path.
Why did he go home?
I may or may not have threatened him.
What the hell, Seren? Why?
There's something painful about watching him use my forefathers as such.
Question. How do you feel about Merrick and Cypher using it?
They don't use it for anything like this. And to be quite honest, the only reason why I asked for that piece versus the others is because he's the one that wouldn't die from losing it.
She has a point. You take the heart away from me. I have no heart.
Well, we don't know if it's just like over top of yours like a casing or not.
Play that game right now, we can find out.
Someone call a biologist to perform open heart surgery on the guy with a healing factor.
Oh my god, Deadpool's backstory.
I don't have the healing factor yet. That's not the level 11.
Oh yeah.
Well, that means we gotta level you up twice before we try to get into your heart.
Well, I'm not taking level 10 Blood Hunter. I'm multi-classing the fighter after this.
Ooh.
Snazzy.
I'm multi-classing your mom. Ah!
Damn.
Your mom's a nice lady.
Level 9 fighter, level 1 mom mancer. Summons your mom to fight you.
The mom Rizzer.
I cast Sandal.
The College of Riz Bard. Meanwhile, it's the school of your mom, wizardry.
Malgan has like 2 college credits towards.
I opened up the wrong can of worms.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
All right. So, are we going to find Barnes or do we want to go stop Fell? I think Fell's the next option, right?
We could get Barnes to get Bell to us.
That wasn't part of the deal. He may not cooperate with that.
That is correct.
You did quite literally, how to say, beat his ass. I feel he may.
Mentions, actually.
I feel that maybe that may gain some kind of respect with his character.
Maybe, maybe not. We don't know.
I'm about to say, or I've pissed him off even more.
We've already dealt with him. He's given his word. While
he guarantee is getting us to Kelvos, which means we should probably take down Fell before we go there. And Kefkin left, so
situation solved there.
Well, we now don't have Plex. because we have no idea where Plex is.
We'll figure out a way.
We should talk to Barnes at least where we could meet her. I don't see that would be a problem for him to at least give us directions to her. So we can talk things over with her.
Actually, we do have a connection to Fells already. Farah, you ready to pay your boyfriend a visit?
She got the nice himbo.
Someone DM Shannon, would she want to go meet the himbo? Actually, no, I'll answer for
God.
her. Yes.
I mean, no one.
Listen, we're all vulnerable to himbos here. None of us are free of guilt.
Joke's on you, I am the himbo.
Yeah. And I don't think you're immune to yourself sometimes.
Joke's on you. I don't know what himbo means.
Well, if you did, you'd be doomed.
My understanding has always been like a bimbo, but a him. So a himbo.
Like Thor from Thor Ragnarok, or...
Alright, we're getting sidetracked.
Yes.
Yeah, I could go through the list of the himbos.
Yeah, I know you could, and that's no.
Loki and literally everything.
Anyway, it's around this time that Sypha returns from her late-night snack. She seems more agitated than when she left.
What
Wow,
happened?
that don't look good.
Sorry. Whatever that man did to me really set me off.
Paradox forms into a sword. Did what?
When, whatever the moon god.
Oh.
Oh. Paradox goes away.
Well,
I
yeah,
was ready to kick somebody's ass.
asshole's gone.
She's
so.
like, yo, ran into my ex on the way back. And I'm like, who?
I'll be right back. I have to go run an errand.
I'm in a train.
No.
I
Best way to
imagine
go.
it must have.
Sleep. I'll be right back.
I imagine it must have felt comfortable for you.
It just seemed to accelerate my thirst. It's no big deal. No one got hurt permanently.
Did you do?
She's a vampire. She drank.
Let's just say that some people don't take too well to losing memories of their loved ones. Unless they, forget to, like, rub the temples of her forehead again.
She said that to the amnesia guy.
Merrick is feed.
Merrick,
Got
it
no
wasn't on
happy
purpose.
memories.
She doesn't know what she's talking about. When it comes to that,
It's
it's not you, it's her.
it's nothing. He'll live. They'll live.
So, Sypha, quick question for you. While Merrick calms down, please. Should we go after Fells or should we go to Barnes? My bet has been that we should go after Fells so that when we go to meet Barnes to meet your father, we're just ready to go.
Going to my father before we deal with Felicia could be problematic. Yen, do you know where her next photo shoot's happening?
Yen used to be part of her crew, didn't she?
Oh, wait, is Yen a she or a he?
Yen is a they.
Yen is a they. My apologies.
He, they pronouns.
He, they. Okay.
She, they pronouns, actually. I had to look at my notes real quick. Sorry, I forgot what gender was when I made this character.
I was almost positive you introduced them as she, they
Yes.
when we first met them.
That's
So
what I
I was
did.
like, okay.
I watched Nimona again, I'm sorry.
Yen, you used to be part of her crew, didn't you?
She nods. And then she reminds you about the whole can't talk thing.
Right. No, Calden knows that.
And her parties are still invite only, if I've got that correct. And you said that Farah might have an invite?
Well, she met somebody at the party.
When? Who?
I don't remember who Farah met. I don't remember what his name was.
Farah would know that it is a photographer by the name of... I totally didn't also forget. I made the himbo.
Jacques.
You know, I fucking did. I did forget. I'm a criminal and a liar. Damn it, I hate when you guys latch onto the throwaway NPCs.
Well, we only have one out now, and that's our out.
That's fair. Sorry, I didn't think I'd make it this far. That's the wrong folder. He has a name. It's written on a sticky note somewhere, I promise. Is it written on a sticky note somewhere? Are you sure? Me. It's not written on a sticky note somewhere. I'm so dumb. He has a name. It's relevant. I'll just say that I said it, unless it comes to me.
Caster?
Caster!
Hey, I went through the chat log and found it.
Let's go!
Caster. The
Totally
note
professional
taker's
dungeon
doing
master.
research.
Thank you, note taker. You really gave me clutch. Anyway, there's a photographer by the name of Caster that technically gives Farah an in. But seeing as it's Felicia, she probably won't mind the extra attention. She never does.
She sounds like a bitch.
She is, right?
I look at Yen. I hand Yen a piece of paper and a pen.
She starts
signing. Do I know sign language? Do any of the Caldens know sign language?
You get the feeling she's signing bitch.
Ah.
But like slowly, as in like it's a slow clap.
Has she ever had to fight someone?
Can we rip off her
Saifa,
weasel?
and then they both kind of like go, no.
So we actually don't even know how she would do battle if we did fight her.
She might just surrender, we hope.
She feels like somebody who'd put on a show.
Let's just hope it's a good one.
She really does feel the most aloof of all of them. How would we even get her attention?
The same way we got Plexes and Barnes and, well, Kefkins.
I'm thinking the same way we
Understood.
got Skylar's.
We draw more attention than she does. That'll get her eyes on us.
Fashion show.
Saifa can't blush.
Oh yeah, we're all in battle gear again. We need to be in our fashion statements.
You say the word fashion show, and Saifa can't blush, but she makes the face of someone who is like, absolutely not.
No, but I do have an idea.
Yes.
We are pretty much riding on the high of probably the first people to beat a master of ceremonies in a death race in quite some time. And not only did we beat him, we kicked his ass.
And everyone saw that. So if we show up, we're going to let us in anyway, just out of fame and notoriety alone.
And then I'm pretty good at making a scene.
Oh, I know.
You shut your face. Yen, keep doing what you're doing. You're great.
What kind of challenges? So if Bonds was the one who made us come to a race. What was her name? Pix?
Plex went to
Plex, they.
Oh, Plex.
Plex.
What events do they do? Does she do? Seren
Plex
doesn't
isn't-
know.
Plex isn't with us.
Seren doesn't know what a radio is.
So
Plex isn't with
have
us.
you ever watched? Have you ever heard of Vogue magazine?
Oh God, no!
Oh my God! Who wants
Is
to
this
be
just
Miss
all
Toxic?
performance checks?
Was it? What year is it in Toxic? Toxic fucks. What this place? What year is it?
Lucia.
The mid '90s.
We're on 90s Vogue magazine. Everybody get their boots with the fur, their low rides, and their thongs.
I was a little about to say, Calden transforms into an outfit where the thongs are hanging outside of the jeans.
I miss
but
it. It
all
was a
just
cute
love
look.
handles.
I miss it. I miss it.
I can't wait for Calden to walk on stage with this outfit on, and then he gets hit with the "You may sashay away."
It's like, the fuck is sachet?
Sachet is like a form of
Have
movement.
you ever watched RuPaul's Drag Race? I love that show.
I actually have not. I should.
Oh my
wait.
god!
I know. I don't know how I missed it.
Anyway,
Oh my God, we're gonna be in a photo shoot. Ren doesn't know what a photo shoot is, but she's about to
tell
work.
me that we need to get down with the thickness and show off everything we've got.
Everybody make model tokens.
Welcome to Fashion Week. It's time to get sick in it.
All I can say is this: Calden is built. I've always explained that Calden is like a built man who's 6 foot tall and has very nicely colored and combed back hair and very pretty eyes. Calden's got this.
Hell yeah!
Have
Calden's
at
also,
it,
I think,
'cause
the only person with a positive charisma modifier in this entire party.
Oh, absolutely. I have a -1. Are you kidding me?
You're gonna be like the sexy gilf though. We gotta have you.
No.
No, we gotta
No.
have you in like the leather vest with no shirt on. That's like a crop vest, and his hair's gonna be like all down
You
and
really
wet.
think you see all Eric's freaking scars? No.
The
I
girls
totally-
don't see.
I totally forgot that Calden's charisma is a +3.
Yeah.
Merrick's-
is it alright to
under
be
Merrick's
expected
armor
runway show?
Is scars left and right. Unfortunately, most are. I'm not going to say the phrase because I don't want Twitch getting in a tizzy.
In game.
in game, scars. So totally.
Somebody was talking to someone else. Who was it, Jasper?
Sypha turns to Ian and says, "Are we right to assume that it's probably going to be something of a runway show where her and her groupies just look good for the cameras?" And then Yen begins to sign. Sypha nodding back and forth and going, "Uh-huh."
Seren is actively studying this language that's happening in front
So
of her
would
so she can
Calden.
remember it.
So, good news is, runway show is good, about accurate. Bad news is, if we try to upstage that, it'll cause a scene. Unless we want to cause a scene.
Honestly, we stand a better chance in combat than we do with an actual runway show.
Fellow and posse are part-time models, part-time judges, depending on the event.
However, if we can outshow her, it would definitely cause. Who would want her to be at the top if she is not the best at what she does? We beat Barnes at the best of what he was. It just happened to be fighting. I think we should try to beat her in her own game.
I agree.
See, that was fighting. We're all good at that. I've made a few people bleed. You've made a few people bleed, but this is.
The runway's a different kind of battlefield.
We're playing by her rules. We'd have to play by her rules. Well, make her play by ours.
I'm so ready for America's Next Top Model.
Merrick's next top model.
Malkin!
I stand.
Oh my
by what I
god,
say,
wait! It would be
no.
Malgan who would probably win.
Malcolm,
Malgan.
we're going slaying. Get the boots.
Get your nice boots on. We're gonna go in a fashion show.
Malgan's asleep.
He's dead to the world.
I wake up Malkin. We've all been talking for a while.
You're gonna go shake him awake.
Yeah.
Malgin, sweetie, come on, it's time to get up.
Why do I imagine him whispering very closely into his ear, like the hot breath brushing it?
I see Sypha
"Wake the
walking
fuck
up.
up."
Just
Malgin, are you immune to fear?
I don't think at the moment.
All right, make me a wisdom save with a disadvantage.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
I am very perplexed.
Is Sypha casting a spell?
A spell-like ability. So, Malgin, you're
Can
having
I
a
wait?
relatively...
Wait. Before anything goes further, I wanted to do this before he rolled. I haven't looked at the screen. I don't know the result.
Go ahead.
Can I counterspell her ability?
It's
I
not,
am blue aligned now.
It's not a spell she's casting. It's a artifact ability.
Oh, the skull.
I would like to stifle.
It's an activity. Malgin, you're having a relatively in-tune dream. And then for about half a second, you feel like you're falling in real life, and it jolts you awake.
Ah,
Oh, what an asshole!
That is one of my fears. Oh god, I hate that.
It's like
What an
you get that
asshole.
feeling that you lean a little too far back in your chair,
Yep.
and that wakes you up.
I don't have feather falling prepared.
You're clutching to the
Rude.
ground.
I prepared the wrong spell.
Good, you're awake. We're going.
He's falling past the tower. Somebody pass me my spell book.
How long have I been asleep?
About 10 hours.
I was thinking the same thing. Damn.
Mm-hmm. Am I still exhausted?
No.
Woohoo! No
It's fallen
exhaustion.
off. Cast dream on you.
Where are we going?
We're going to a fashion show.
We're gonna be in a fashion show most
What the
likely.
hell? Could I get a shower first?
Yeah,
Well,
can we like get
everybody put on your best outfits and things like that?
Is there a shower here?
Can you imagine if showers didn't exist in the 90s? Of course there's a shower here.
It's just gallons of perfume.
It's Kesha party.
I imagine Malvin takes like an hour in the shower.
Especially
like,
his
sorry, I was washing my beard.
yeah, like his beard's all fucked up. He forgot to put.
Bonnet.
Yeah, your beard's all tangled, man. These sheets are not silk. They are the roughest of cotton.
I
Maybe even
switched
wool?
to my personality switches to stylist Calden. That's the one that takes the shower on in the body.
Esthetician Colden.
Yes.
So after everyone gets themselves prepared, you head out to the town again. And you know Kefkin planeswalked away, and you notice something almost immediately. The sun on the horizon seems a bit higher than it was last night.
Come again?
It seems the sun has rose just a bit. It's slightly brighter than it was out. It's no longer twilight. It's more like a pre-natural dawn.
It's been night since we got here, correct?
Correct.
That's
So the
normal.
masters keep the night-day cycle in check.
Oh, it's because Kefkin.
Kevkin planeswalked.
Yeah.
So without one of the masters here,
Interesting.
What happened to the
that's-
power that he took with him?
That's the thing. He took it with him.
Mm-hmm.
So realistically, logic states he still has it.
I mean,
Kefkin just on Strixhaven listening to lo-fi beats to study and hang out to, or chill to. What's the playlist called that got changed?
Chill too.
Yeah.
He's sitting there with a magic turntable, just scratching while he reads.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is there like news circulating about us? Like, does anybody recognize us as we're walking through the streets?
Sypha's
would I ask that question? I'm
propensity
fucking
to
stupid.
stick to the back roads
Okay,
eludes
good.
you from most attention of others. However, you do see on when you pass by a couple of screens, what seem to be like recordings or photos of your brawl the other night with Barnes.
Do I look heroic and awesome?
They have one picture of you just caved into a car.
God damn it! Of course they did. Son of a bitch.
You pick up a nearby newspaper and the headline says, Brawl at Barnes Raceway. And,
Local man survives being put through vehicle.
not local man survives being caved in. The news story continues on to say that, the Titans had arranged to do a race with Barnes's crew, but to everyone's surprise, the what was an agreed upon race had devolved into an all-out brawl between the two factions, as one of the cars was shrunk by some magical force. The Titans, who quickly fled the scene afterwards, were escorted away by a mysterious woman in a red coat and the master of the
rave?
Rave, yes. I kept wanting to say vibes, and I was like, no. And a mysterious hooded figure.
Shit.
Who
This both works. And
who the
doesn't.
hooded figure and the woman in the red coat are still remain at large. And everyone is wondering, what's next for these illustrious Titans?
Oh, fuck.
Guys,
Fine.
That's the attention we want, isn't it?
Yes and no.
to my knowledge,
And I look at Merrick and myself.
he still knows our whereabouts. So he, is letting this happen.
Could be that he truly believes that even if we take all of them down, it wouldn't matter in the end.
'Cause in the end-
You'd think he'd make a move if he was afraid, wouldn't he?
That's what I mean. I believe that he is not afraid whatsoever.
He's confident we'll either fail, which will be rich when I ask him, or
We haven't succeeded yet.
he's not sure what to do and he's scared, which is how I want him. Anyway, let's go take out Fel, see how he reacts to that.
Probably not too well.
We're gonna walk, fashion baby, all the way to Fel's house. It is Fel's house. Fel's house, yeah.
I can tell you what song Calden walks to. I live for the applause, applause, applause.
So, I will say this. Since this
For
next
the
scene...
sake of brevity, we win.
Yeah, so I will I will say, because this scene is so Pharaoh-centric, and we are short one psychic rogue, and that is played by a girl named Shannon, I would like to save this next series of encounters for her, if that's alright with everybody.
Boo!
Listen, I'm sure she would want to interact with her himbo. I don't want to steal away from her before you kill her boss. Or
You're right.
It's
I
okay.
miss Farah.
It's okay. I was like, what if this session was scuffed and this took like 3 hours, but it's only like 10:30.
We done did good, folks.
Yeah, y'all didn't like
Well, I will say, so we can talk about one thing.
yeah.
It does seem like the next arc for Magic the Dungeoning is Amirius.
As it always.
If you call it Eternal Sunrise, I'm gonna kick your ass.
I'm not going to disclose what the arc Amirius' title is yet, because I don't want you guys thinking about it too long before it happens.
Also, for our after party, we're gonna have a little bit a different setup. Jasper and I have been working out how we want to do the after parties, and so
We got one coming up pretty soon. I don't know how much of Lucia is left. But
Probably
I think these next final few
2-3
sessions should be
sessions?
quite dramatic. I don't know. Next session, take out Fel. Ideally, if everything goes right with that, then you go, have Barnes introduce you to Kelvos, and he'll be, you'll just zero diff him, and then everyone will be totally chill with, the entire societal structure caving in on itself. Yeah, no cleanup necessary.
We stand at the top of the hill. We fixed everything. We just immediately heard gunshots. I'm leaving.
We'll
Okay,
see.
they wanted to shoot guns. Now they can.
Yeah, there was a no war policy, but now Sypha signed in a second amendment, and so they're all pretty chill with it. That'll keep them happy for a couple of centuries.
The right to bear arms. All the druids come back to town and just start mauling people.
With their bare arms.
Exactly. Thank you, Sean.
Yeah.
Speaking of bear arms, is everybody out there playing Baldur's Gate 3? How are you
Love
feeling
it.
about it?
It's so good.
Ooh. Yeah.
Got to
would you
restart
all
again
want-
and make Seren.
Would y'all
Let's do it
want
now.
us to do a campaign through it?
I would personally love to be in a campaign with wait, shit. There are 5 of us. Who can I make disappear for the session?
You just kick someone from the call.
That's it. I'm like thinking easiest to hardest.
Do it. Do it, you coward. No balls.
Well, we should wait
Take
because the
the
last
shot.
time Jasper tried to do that, he couldn't even run and stream it at the same time.
I have
I've
figured
also
out a
done it.
method, actually. It involves 2 computers.
Yeah, you guys remember how I streamed at like fucking 10 o'clock at night last night as like a little mini fun stream? We had 2 computers running at the same time to make it happen.
That makes sense.
So I can do it now. It just requires a lot more cable than I'm usually comfortable with. Anyway, I have been the Dungeon Master Jack. I didn't do introductions at the beginning of this episode. That's
No,
what
we
my
did
God.
not. We just got it. We got
We
right
just
into
got
it.
right into it.
Well, kind of. You know, we had a
Uh,
little fun stuff here and there.
Yep. I have been the Dungeon Master, Jasper, also known as Scryax on the internet, joined here by Calden, played by Will, and also known as Scruffy Nerf Herder.
Hello.
Seren the Star
Goodbye.
Druid, played by Danny, also known as at Lady of the Gem 420 on X.
Oh, stop it. Stop
As
it.
people who live in Pennsylvania and know about it, Franklin Mills Mall will always be Franklin Mills. I don't give a shit if it says Philadelphia Mills.
Okay.
Oh,
okay,
yeah, I
You're gonna
would-
make us lose followers. Hold up. There's at least like 1 follower that. gives a
Quickly,
shit about
everybody.
that.
Wawa or the other place? I choose Wawa.
Sheets. is
Fuck
the other place to
Sheets.
pick it up. I
Fuck
choose
stinky
both
Sheets.
because I'm not
Listen,
a monster.
Listen,
I can swing
Stinky
either way
sheets.
with it.
as a Pennsylvania native, I gotta give it Sheets.
Agreed.
I can swing either way. I like.
I-
Each one has.
Wow.
I enjoy Sheets for its entire variety. I think the food at Wawa is better.
Yeah,
Okay, I think
I
you're
like
wrong.
the Sheets vibe.
Arguable.
And I think that like Sheets does the foods that I like better than Wawa, but Wawa just has overall on average better food. Like I haven't had anything bad from Wawa. I've had bad things at Sheets, but I've also had like better things at Sheets than I have had at Wawa. So like on average Wawa, by the numbers Sheets.
Fair enough.
Regardless.
This has been Merrick, the Blood Hunter, played by Ryan, who was Merrick on X.
Pretty much, yeah. I'm Merrick on everything now, basically.
And finally, we have Malgan of the Goro clan, the Blades Singing Wizard, played by Sean, who I don't know who is on X.
I'm not.
As I don't believe he is.
I just realized I have to change the title card.
That means chat. He is super exclusive only to Twitch streams. So like, come grab him while you can.
You know where he is. Just don't do anything. I have to change the title card above me. It still says follow MTD on Twitter at Magic the Dungeon. Ugh, Elon.
Let's not get Wesley. Let us not get into that.
And for Consistent Tank, our Soul Knife Rogue, played by Shannon, also known as Shannable on the internet, could not be within it. She had a work thing. So make sure that she's in your. In your prayer. She's
Not
not
in
dead.
she dead.
Good lord.
She's not dead.
Oh,
She's just
no.
in a Metallica thing.
All right.
Anyway, everyone have a good night. I see Kuro Hitsuki
Raid him.
is streaming Baldur's Gate 3. I think we should raid him.
Yeah.
Absolutely. This will be my second time raiding into him today.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, the double raid. Look at all.
I was on a stream earlier today playing Magic, and then we raided into Kuro.
Yeah.
That's funny.
We'll see
I have
all
done
of
the
you-
Magic and the Dungeoning today.
Yup. We'll see all of you later in 2 weeks or earlier. It depends. Bye-bye.
Bye.